What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Michael here. No, I don't play basketball. Talking about ambition this time. And not in the way that you might think, because usually we hear ambition, it's great to have it. Go, push, be, more. Go ambition. That's what you hear most of the time. What a lot of the times you don't hear is about the dark side of that, right? A lot of people don't tell you about it. I don't know why they don't, but we're going to discuss a little bit about it here in this video. So let's just hop right in. First point, the highs don't feel that high. In fact, some of them don't even feel like a high, really and truly. When you get those small victories, it doesn't feel like a victory because the overall goal is so big or so far away that these small things don't really feel that great when you accomplish them. And that's a bad thing because you need those small victories to let you know that you're going in the right direction. But if it doesn't feel like one, it tends to get a little bit heavy, right? Which leads into the other point, which is the lows feel really low. So a setback feels like, man, like the vision isn't even real anymore. Like the vision is too big to achieve sometimes. And I know exactly how that feels. I'm here, and I trying to do all these different things, and it gets heavy if you don't appreciate the wins and then be able to understand that lows will come and you can't allow them to get you down, because like I said, those lows feel really low. I mean, I've been in a low for like a week now, right? So it's rough sometimes, and you gotta really sit and pay attention to when these things happen. When you go up, appreciate that up. When you go down, understand that down. Very, very important. Oh, if you see me look off to the side a little bit this way, it means that I'm looking at my notes because I'm actually trying to script it somewhat and not go straight off the top of my head. But next point, you put a ton of pressure on yourself. You do. And it's just you, right? This isn't even talking about the pressures of the world that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. This isn't the pressures of somebody that you told your vision to. No, we're talking about just you wanting to be more so bad, or gain more, or achieve more so much that you rest this gigantic weight on your shoulders, and you're like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And a lot of times is I gotta do it by myself. That's a lot of time. A lot of the time, that's what happens. Words. I'm not cutting anything. So when you put that weight on your shoulders, it aids in the highs not being as high and the lows feeling really low. Like a squat reference. When you put 200 pounds on your back, the up, when you're up here, it doesn't feel that great. And then when you get down, it feels worse. So that pressure that you put on yourself is wild, especially if you're one of those people, such as myself, who knows that they can do more, but the simple fact that you aren't there or the progress is slow, it's like you literally put that extra weight on your back and you start beating on yourself a little bit too. So pay attention to that pressure. Pay attention. It's very, 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 very important. Next one up is, if you don't spend time working on your goals, you now feel like you're wasting time. Boy, can I relate. I go to my day job, man. I'm like, this feels like a gigantic waste of my time. I could be home working on content to achieve some of these goals that I have, but I still gotta eat, right? This isn't paying for anything. I gotta eat. So I have to have an understanding that this is a necessary evil for me to funnel some funds into myself and into this so that it can then grow. And hopefully somewhere down the line, I can say, you know what? Nah, don't want a day job. Forget this. But not yet. And I see that with a lot of people. That's the basis of hustle culture. If you aren't working on something, you're wasting time. I see it all the time, even in some of the motivational videos that we all love to see, because those things have millions of views, right? And don't waste time. I actually saw one today. It literally said, don't waste time. So now, if you aren't working on your goals, or if you just take a little break to, watch some TV or whatever, afterwards you feel terrible. You're like, damn, I could have used that time. Like I was off my day job today. Spent some time with the missus, and came home, ate, watched some TV, relaxed, took a nap, got up, and was like, yo, I just wasted a day. But then I was like, no, you didn't waste a day. You took a day to do things that you enjoyed. So remember that. It's not all about, always working. Hustle, hustle, hustle. That leads into my next point, is that you're highly susceptible to burnout, because if you continuously go and go and go and go and neglect yourself because this dream is so big or is so far away that you don't have time to not work on it, it's gonna burn you out, man. And I've talked about burnout before. Burnout, it sucks. It's terrible. Oh gosh. And I've felt it in my fitness goals. I felt it a little bit on my different kind of journeys. It sucks. And the issue is that when you get into full-on burnout, you literally can't do anything. You can't focus. You feel stressed out. You're tired. Nothing works. And then it sets you back. So once it sets you back, you get upset. I don't want to say angry. You get upset that you're not making progress. So it then just adds in, it just adds to all the other things that I mentioned previously, and now you're in a funk sometimes. There's exceptions to every rule. I'm just speaking from like a semi-personal standpoint, and from the things that I've seen, it's a slippery slope down, man. It's a very, very slippery slope down. My final point for this video, there's more, but a final point for this video, actually, I got two more. In me. Next one. The stress from the previous things that I've listed, and just the wanting, it can have adverse effects on your physical health. Stress literally kills people. And I want you to be very aware of this. It literally kills. This is not something to be shrugged off. Like, I heard a story about a guy who was at his day job, tech job, or something or the other, and he started to experience headaches and aches and pains in his body, and he actually thought he was sick. Went to the doctor told him, hey, you're fine. You're physically fine. Nothing's wrong with you. You might just be stressed out. And he was like, nah, I can't be stressed out. So he went back to his day job. Things just got worse. Until he got to a point where he was just like, you know what? I honestly can't take it. I quit. And within like a month, all of those issues were gone. He's no longer stressed out because he's not at his day job, which stressed him out. So really, really take a step back sometimes and pay attention to how stressed you actually are, because you can run yourself into the grave if you're not careful. And they don't want to tell you this because they want to glamorize the lifestyle and the hustle and all that kind of stuff. They don't want to tell you this. But not everybody's going to make it, unfortunately. Not everyone. You can work hard as hell, you won't make that goal. And as scary as it is, you still got to go for it, right? But it doesn't make sense running yourself into the grave. Does that mean I'm telling you to give up on your goals? No, I'm telling you to pay attention to you. Pay attention to your health. If you realize that something hurts and you didn't bump it or anything like that, pay attention to what's going on. Your body and your mind is usually going to tell you what the problem is in some way, shape, or form. Just saying. All right? Final point. This is the final point. And it sucks. So on this path that you're on to change your life, you tend to start distancing yourself from your loved ones. Why is that a bad thing? It should be obvious. Isolation isn't as good as people would make it seem, to, bury your head in the sand and just work. No, First of all, that's not how people work. People need people. Regardless of how glamorized, that's the second time I said it, glamorized, third, being a lone wolf is, it's not the healthiest of paths forward. Not to say that you're supposed to keep everybody in your life, but you need to cultivate healthy bonds, because when you need that break from hustling, usually the healing energy of the people that you love is what you're going to need. And unfortunately, we don't see it sometimes. We don't see it. We just keep our heads down and we keep going. And then when you hold your head up and you look around, it's just you. Now, some people might be okay with that. Personally, I don't think that's healthy. I don't. I really don't. So, those are my points for the dark side of having a vision. Obviously, there's way, way more. I'm not saying that don't go out there and have a vision. I'm saying that there is a plus and there's a negative to every situation, and understanding both sides will give you the best chances of achieving anything that you want to achieve in life, within reason, of course. So, thank you very much for tuning into this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend who you might think would need it. And that's it for me, Michael Jordan. No, I don't play basketball. And I'm out.